All right, I think we're recording. So I'm here with Coach Jen Charlesworth, also known as the Quad Queen.
Wow.
The Quad Queen of Own Your Eating, correct?
Yeah, that's me, I guess.
You know, before we even dive into this interview, I introduced you as Jen Charlesworth because I think that's all I've ever known you as. But what's your maiden name?
It's Tulpa.
Oh, you know what? I think I did know you as a Tulpa briefly, maybe.
Yep. So I was married for maybe 2 years before I changed my name, like legally. Oops.
That's all right. Roz still, I think, legally is Glamfield, but we're dealing with immigration stuff. So
Oh.
Roz kicked off all of these interviews with our coaches, and she's very meticulous and gave me a series of questions to ask you. But before asking you those questions, she wanted me to do a nice introduction of you. So let me give my Saturday morning before a CrossFit level 1 seminar staff a practice for being a flow master. How's that?
Oh, good. I like it. Okay, I'll rate you.
All right. Well, we have Jen Quad Queen Charlesworth on the podcast. She has a bachelor's in exercise science. She is a CCFT, which means she has taken the level 3 CrossFit exam, which is 4+ hours, and now has the unique ability to call herself a certified CrossFit trainer. She is part of the CrossFit HQ staff and also a longtime part of the CrossFit Kids staff. In addition to all this, she owns and operates CrossFit 2 Abor with her husband, Andrew Charlesworth, has 2 dogs, 6 chickens, 7 chickens, and I think a duck.
2 ducks.
2 ducks. All right. How was that?
9.5 only because of the chicken.
You know, I always forget. I always forget about chicken. I should have remembered because I remember Andrew would grab those eggs every morning and bring them in.
Yep. He's in charge of that.
And, you know, just in case I forget, if you want to see all about her life with Andrew, the chickens, the ducks, Jet, all the animals they have, where are you on Instagram?
Jen.Charlesworth.
Jen.Charlesworth, but I'm sure we'll cover that. And really entertaining. I'm always entertained by the voice of Jet.
Yeah, she's just a little one, so she's the annoying little sister to Jax.
But I'm always like impressed by how well you relay the way she would talk.
Yeah, it's one of my hidden talents, I guess, is speaking dog.
You know, it's incredible. Like Friends is Friends.
Yeah.
You know, FRENS, and you do some other ones. I was like, that's really creative. So let's dive into Roz's, what she refers to as her quick fire questions. And I'll get us to this first one. You know, you own a box, you live with your husband, you have all the animals. What does your perfect day look like from start to finish?
Perfect day is not getting up very early. It bothers Andrew that, like, I don't set an alarm ever. He just comes in and wakes me up. This is literally my day. And breakfast is made. He makes my breakfast every day. We go to the gym, usually coach in the morning. I'm describing my life because I like it.
So wait, yeah, I mean, that's pretty awesome. What time are you talking?
I'm kind of embarrassed. 8:30 usually.
Oh, that's not. I mean, hey, I just listened to a podcast all about like too many people force their sleep and time cycles.
Yeah.
And if you can do that, I mean, if 8:30 is not late, I think we're like impressed by these people that get up at 4 a.m. That doesn't mean anything. It just means you probably don't sleep enough.
That's true. I sleep about 9 hours.
Yeah. And you know what that means to me? Jen Charlesworth has created a life worth living.
But I do feel more productive when I get up, like at least an hour earlier, but then I have to take a nap. So why take a nap when I can just sleep an hour later?
I love it. All right. So Andrew makes you breakfast. So what time are you at the box now?
We usually coach the 9:30 class.
That's fast. That's a fast turnaround to get up, eat, get to the box.
Yeah. We live 12 minutes away. Our new gym will be like 5 or less minutes away.
What's your coffee situation?
So I used to have to have a venti Americano with 2 pumps of vanilla every day from Starbucks, sometimes twice a day. But we got an espresso, and that has literally kicked my Starbucks habit, like cold turkey.
The Nespresso with the
pod.
Yeah, like the bigger pods.
Yeah, here's one actually.
Yeah, that's what we have. I make usually one regular coffee because we have this amazing espresso machine that we got for our wedding, and then one Nespresso later in the day.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Delicious.
Yeah, I know. I don't even like Starbucks anymore.
But you probably go every weekend though for CrossFit.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
But
Here, I'm gonna, Roz is gonna hate this podcast because I can't stick to the script. But here's a tip I just learned listening to actually same guy's podcast, but actually no, it was the same exact podcast where we were talking about time and people drink coffee, and he's like, actually, the best time to drink your coffee is about an hour after you get up.
Why?
So because I'm a firm believer, like I need coffee to open my eyes.
Right.
But when you first wake up in the morning, your cortisol is increased, also your stress hormone, but it gives you that energy. So he said, well, if you can wait a little bit till the cortisol starts to dip a little, then you can have this kind of renewed energy rather than having everything, the caffeine and the cortisol, dip at the same time.
Okay, that makes sense.
So I did that today. I don't know if it made a difference. But
when do you work out? Like, because we coach the class for an hour and then I work out at 10:30. So
mine fluctuates. So you're right. I would need it earlier on those days because I need some caffeine before bed. Before bed, before working out.
Yeah. Yeah. So I finish my coffee around like 10 and then we work out right at 10:30. So
cool. All right. So go on with your day. I've interrupted you too much.
Where am I? Working out?
Yep.
Nothing with a barbell. Probably like box jumps, some pull-ups, gymnastic-y type thing. There's no pressure with the clock. Maybe an EMOM.
So you're not CrossFit. So anything but CrossFit.
Yeah. No pressure. I beat Andrew. He's in a good mood. He doesn't coach me. And then we come home and what do we do when we get home? Hang out with the ducks. Watch the chickens, watch Jet chase the ducks. I mean, this is what happens. Like, we don't need TV. We just watch our animals.
Hey, yeah, that's why you got them.
Yeah. And then maybe go back and coach. It depends how we're feeling. It depends on the day, because if it's the summertime, I need to be out on the lake and got to be outside on the boat. Maybe surfing, which you experienced.
That's fun. I saw the videos already this summer. Yeah.
Yeah, I've only gone once. It's a pain to like have to wash my hair after.
Oh yeah, it's rough. I hear you.
Yeah. Lake time, and then all of our best friends are at the gym, so we're probably gonna hang out at nighttime, maybe a bonfire, and that's it.
For those of you listening, they're probably thinking to themselves, "Oh, that's like great, but." Not everybody gets to live like that. But you know what? You're just two normal people living in Fenton, Michigan that created this for yourselves.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, people see what we have now and they're like, well, that sounds like a perfect life. And you're like, but I slaved at a Globo gym for 5 years from 5 a.m. to 7 p.m., like 12-hour days, personal training people. Just, we put our dues in. So this is the result.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people, not just you, I think all of our coaching staff, to be quite honest, has similar stories. You and Mags and Kirsten's working on it. And our newest coach, Dustin, he loves his job as a police officer on the side. So it's pretty cool that you guys have done that. And having experienced it, I will say it's a lot of fun. We were there. You had people over every night, working out the box. All right, let's go back into Roz's quick fire questions. What's your go-to order at your favorite hometown restaurant?
We just went there last night, actually. I love fish tacos. Like, that's my thing. I think Roz really likes fish tacos too.
But she loves them.
Yeah. So I get fish tacos wherever we go. We were at the games, and did you guys eat downtown at all at the games?
Just the pizza spot, Ian's.
Okay. There is this place called the Great Dane, and best fish tacos I've ever had. But when we go out, there's this place called the Fire Hall, and they're known for their mac and cheese, which I really haven't gotten there. But
I've been there actually.
Yeah. There's like the wood shop, the Union, and the Fire Hall, and they all have their mac and cheese. But
I got the mac and cheese there.
It's good. I do fish tacos though. That's my go-to.
Doesn't like Kid Rock on that or something?
I think he owned one of them.
Yeah, I was with Joe DeGane, who's also on staff. It was my first time in Michigan. He took us there.
Mm-hmm.
I got the.
Was I with you or no? Or was Andrew there?
Andrew was there. I don't remember if you met us. It was probably my first. It wasn't my first time meeting Andrew because Andrew always reminds me that I met him in New York at Albany CrossFit. Every time I tell him the first time I met him was in. But I don't remember if you met us. I know another time where you were there, you were actually attending your level 1 again. You were revalidating.
Yep.
And so I remember you were out to dinner with us that time. But yeah, Joe took us. I got the mac and cheese. He was like, I never finish it. And I finished it. So I was impressed.
It's good. It's rich.
Here we go. What would you tell your 18-year-old self if you could go back in time?
You know, I listened to this interview with Mags, and I was like, what would I say? And I thought about these answers, and now it's happening to me, and I don't know what to say.
Remind me, or correct me if I'm wrong, weren't you either engaged or married?
When I was 21.
You were. Which one?
Married. 21.
So you could tell yourself.
I wouldn't change that because I learned exactly what I don't want in a relationship. Obviously, didn't end well. And I wouldn't have met Andrew if I didn't get married previously, because I would have never moved to Genesee County of Michigan. I would never.
I love it. I think sometimes we often think of like, oh, these good things happen, but like sometimes it takes the bad things for those good things to happen.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So what are you gonna tell yourself?
Just to flow with even the bad times, I guess, because even though it sucked at the time, I mean, it opened every single door that I've ever wanted. So just ebb and flow with the bad times. They won't last.
I love it. Which CrossFit movement makes you want to curl up and die when you see it on the whiteboard? And I'm assuming based on your perfect day, it has to do with a barbell.
Yep, any sort of moderate weight front squats or squat cleans.
And for those of you listening, Jen is a high-level CrossFit athlete. We've been to regionals.
Yeah, a few times.
How many times?
Twice as an individual, once on a team. But that was like a long time ago.
I think any of the times you had to qualify is still impressive.
Yeah.
And regionals you always had to qualify for.
Mm-hmm.
So, you are fit. You are, and you continue to be fit. So, and that just shows, hey, no matter how fit you are, we all have our weaknesses that we want to avoid.
For sure.
All right, let's continue. Roz is going to be so proud of me. What meal do you most look forward to and why?
Oh, I tend to eat a little higher carb after I work out. So that's probably the one that I look forward to the most. And I hate breakfast. I eat it because I have to. So
you don't have to.
Well, like today I skipped breakfast and I worked out and I just tanked. So
okay, so your body needs it for fuel.
Yeah, for sure.
Now what would be your ideal post-workout higher carb meal like you just mentioned?
I do a lot of rice, like rice and beef. Like I have right now some ground bison, chopped up sweet potatoes, rice, and then another green, like spinach, with a little sriracha.
So would you say you keep your macros for the most part pretty good quality?
Yeah. Mentally, that just feels good to me. Like this weekend, I was at Mayhem, and have you ever worked there?
Yeah, I've worked at both spots, but they always bring in Ralph's Donuts on Sundays.
So I had 2 of those, and I still put it in, like I calculated it, made my day, but if I do that on a regular basis, I just don't like how it makes me feel. So
And I've been saying kind of, this story a lot in the sense that the average person that tracks has a little bit of a cycle where they're like, this is amazing. I can have donuts every day and lose weight. And it's entirely true. And then they get to that point where it's like, okay, but I should probably eat some vegetables.
Yeah.
But then it becomes cool. But when Ralph's Donuts are put in front of me, I can have one or two and not feel guilty.
Yes. Yep.
So
I've done it where like it almost like turn into like a mental problem of like I can only eat clean or I've failed the day. Like I might as well not even track anymore. And I've kind of gotten over that. It's taken a long time, but it's gotten better.
And we have to, because we're inevitably not going to always be able to eat clean.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Well, you and I were discussing this prior, but do you have any tattoos?
I have a lot of tattoos.
Well, we're recording the video as well, so talk them out, but make it so if someone's listening, and you don't have to go into every detail, but...
That's the newest one, this lotus.
So you showed me a lotus flower on your arm, and that actually covered up an old one, you said.
Yeah, it covered up a paw print. That was a bad choice when I was 19. But I still wouldn't tell myself at 19 to not get it.
I like it. You have an arrow, which I know Andrew and a couple of your members all got the same arrow.
Yeah, it was, we were just out to dinner one night, and we were like, let's get tattoos, and let's make them matching. So it was like 6 of us that have this arrow. The boys have it on their thumb, and then we have it right here.
Well, pretty cool that, 6 members of your box. And then on your other side, it's really filling up. You have a lot, like, what do you call it, like geometry type stuff going on?
Yeah, it's just the outline. Everyone always asks, like, are you going to fill it in? I like the outline, so I'm going to keep it. And then I have a star on my foot, 2 wings on the inside of my ankles, because I ran college track. So that was like, I guess that had to do with that.
Yeah.
And then a huge phoenix on the side of my ribs.
What's next? Are you going to have more?
Yeah, I'll probably start to fill up this arm with the lotus, because this one is shading. It was my first one with shading. So I really like how it turned out. He did a good job.
I love it. It looks great. Are you keeping it to below the elbow?
Yes.
How come?
Because you can't see your bicep vein when you cover it up with tattoos.
You can add one. I don't really get a bicep vein no matter how lean I get. Maybe I should add a tattoo.
Really? I randomly always have a bicep vein, and I like it, so I'm gonna not cover it up with
I like it. I think it's, I think girl Roz gets it too. It's a big turn on in our life.
I noticed that.
Yeah, no, I was thinking about adding more to my arm, and I have this one little one on my wrist that Roz and I got together, and I was like, maybe I should work my way up. But I was like, I don't know if I'm going to like that or if I'm going to want to do it all.
I like the forearm tattoos. I think if you start there,
yeah, you can always meet. You can always work your way back down too, right?
Yeah. Yep.
No, and you and Andrew don't have wedding tattoos, do you?
No, it's a fear of mine.
I guess Roz and I are just a little more committed.
I know. Well, do you have your ring finger tattooed?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I'm too scared. I don't know. What if I hate him next year?
You know what? There are plenty of days I think to myself that, but I'm like, this reminds me he's being crazy right now, but I have to work through this.
Yeah. The only really hard time we've ever gone through is when we played Sand League volleyball last summer. We almost didn't make it.
And worst cases, I'll just come up with a cool word to spell.
There you go. Yep. Perfect.
What is something you have failed at?
Oh, it's funny. I was just thinking about this as I was doing a workout with our extremely fit training group yesterday. I'm like, I'm sick of failing at CrossFit every day. But I think that's why we keep coming back. We like it for that reason.
What would classify failing at CrossFit?
See, this is also like a mental problem of being a high level competitor at one point. And then even though I'm more fit now than I was competing at regionals, I still put that added pressure on myself. If I'm not living up to my own expectations, I get pissed. So then today I just took class. I'm like, I need to chill out. I just need to take class, take a break from the training group because they're super fit. So but you fail it. Like you can't ever win a CrossFit workout if you think about it, because someone's always going to be faster than you, better than you, stronger than you. So it's like you fail every day, no matter what.
Yeah, but that's part of the beauty, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I totally understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Last question. What is your unique skill set or superpower that has led to your success in life?
I would say I'm an extreme empath. Like I'm super empathetic to people to the point where they feel like they can spill their guts to me. They always like, I'm just a good listener, I think, when people have issues or whatever.
And I think that's a tremendous asset to have in the fitness world. Because as you know, obviously we coach fitness and now nutrition, but with nutrition, it's often rarely about the food.
Yep.
And just sometimes just listening helps.
Mm-hmm. People just need an outlet to vent. Like I always tell people, like when you just say things out loud, don't you feel less crazy? And they're like, yeah, I do. Like you just need that outlet and someone that's not going to sit there and judge you or be even quick to speak. Like just let them flow and get their ideas out. And then maybe they ask for advice, maybe they don't. And you're just there to listen. So
How often do you find yourself just listening to Andrew?
very rarely.
Remember, so when we went out to dinner that time in Columbus, and actually I'm with you too in Columbus in like 2 weeks. I'm so excited. As soon as I got that seminar, I was like, sweet. I assumed you guys would be there. That's going to be fun. Do you guys have a Monday return or Sunday?
We drive.
Oh, you drive. All right.
Are you Monday?
Yeah, Monday. But I thought we'd hang out if you were flying home. But anyway, we were at dinner and you guys were talking about when Andrew gets stressed out, he has to go take a walk.
Take a walk, take a drive. He'll get in his car and drive away and just honk angrily on the horn. Like I can hear him like honking all the way down the road. I'm like, oh, good for you. Hope that makes it better.
Whatever, it works for him.
Yeah.
Well, I think that was great. I think you answered all the questions. You know, ideally this is just so people get to know you a little bit better. And, you know, I always assure people that were working with us or new people like, hey, our team is tight-knit and awesome people. And this just goes to show it. Anything you wanted to add? Anything I missed?
I don't think so. Those were tough questions.
You did great. You crushed it. I mean, I think you are a perfect example of someone that lives the lifestyle that they've created for themselves on purpose.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
There you go. Well, you know, hugs and kisses to Andrew, the 2 dogs, the 7 chickens, and the 2 ducks.
100%.
Actually, one last question. What's next?
Yeah.
What's next for animals?
Oh, well, we did have those 2 goats. We can't have any more because we're going to get kicked out of this town. That's what will happen. Don't forget, we were taken to court because of this.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they can Google it, but there's a whole long story about Andrew and Jen had to fight their neighbors, the town, for having chickens. So now is it just the floodgates are open? If you can have chickens, you can have ducks?
I kind of did that on the down low.
So hopefully no one in Fenton, Michigan is listening to this podcast.
Neighbor. No, they're doing good. As long as we keep them under our roof at nighttime, we can have them. So they go into this little basement window under their little coop, and that's where they sleep.
Oh, they have to be actually in your house at night.
To be considered household pets. That's a loophole that we found.
Oh, I never really realized how the court case ended. I assumed it was just okayed that you were to have chickens.
No, we had to bring them up to township standards, which was the verbiage stated we can have common household pets. And because they sleep outside, they're not household pets. So to bring them under our roof would make them household pets.
So you have 7 chickens and 2 ducks inside your house every night?
Yeah.
How do the
Not
ducks get along?
it's still getting built, but that's the goal.
And so long as that's the goal, they were okay with it?
Yep.
Do you have a time frame that has to be done by?
Probably by the end of the summer.
All right.
Yeah.
That's
Right?
Did the chickens and ducks get along?
No, the ducks are rude. They just bit me today. Actually, they chase the dogs, they chase the chickens, they chase everyone. So they're rude.
What's the benefit of a duck? Chickens at least are giving you eggs every day.
Yeah, well, you pick from a pool. Like there's just a big bin of ducklings, and they don't sex those. So pullets or chicks for chickens, they are separated by male or female. The ducks aren't. So I just grabbed two, and they end up being two males. So they do absolutely nothing for us.
What would they have done if they were female? Oh, you get duck eggs, I guess?
Yeah, that was our hope. They do eat a ton of bugs. Like the chickens and the ducks are like mosquito, tick control, all that. So
That's really awesome. So are you going to go get more ducks in the hopes of, can you like trade your ducks?
no. I mean, I wouldn't want a female now because then they would mate and then we'd have too many ducks.
So wait, out of your chickens, they're all female? Are all chickens females?
Yeah. Well, no. Egg layers are females. And most places you can't have roosters because they're just too loud.
So you have all females?
Females, yep.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay, so that makes sense now. And then you basically have just two ducks that are useless.
They're totally useless.
That's so funny. All right. Well, I'm going to end this interview. I know you and I are going to stay on to chat a little bit longer, but let me wrap it up. Thanks for being on. If you're ever in Fenton, Michigan, go to CrossFit 2 Abor. They're at their new location, which looks amazing.
Thanks.
And check her out, Jen.Charlesworth at Instagram. Where else? She's on Facebook and all that good stuff. Anywhere else you care to mention?
I don't have Twitter, so I don't know how that works.
It doesn't. I don't know who's on Twitter anymore. Just politics.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, that's all you need to know. Check her out because those stories are hysterical.
All right.
Thanks, Jen.
You.